ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದನ್ನು ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೀವು ಜನ್ರೇಟರ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಲೇತ್ನ. ಹಾಂ, ಓಕೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is drill a hole right about here in the post. So the cord from the motor will go down the post and come out right here. Okay, and this part's optional, but I'm going to go ahead and solder the wires right onto the motor, just for a good tight connection. Okay, I've got the motor attached now, so we're just going to feed the wire through, and then we'll mount the motor right in there. And when you drop it in, just like that. Now this motor is just a tiny bit smaller than this opening, which is good. It fits right in there, but it's a little bit loose. So I'm going to wrap some electrical tape or duct tape around it a couple times and then put it in there. Now before you put it in there, pop the blade on. It's on there really good. Man, that's good. That's never coming out of there. Now that immediately starts producing power. Okay, just one last thing I wanted to show you. This is the basic setup if you want to run AC off this. You just go from the turbine to the battery to the 12 volt socket, and then plug a small AC inverter into the 12 volt socket like that. A lot of those have little ports on them so you can charge electronic devices too, like your phones, iPods, things like that. The one thing I don't have, I can't show this running right now, it'll have to be a future video. You do need a small charge controller to go between the turbine and the battery. You can't just do a direct connector, the battery just tries to run the motor. So a small charge controller going from the leads of the turbine to the battery. But once you get that, then you just go, you clamp on a 12 volt socket, and you can run things directly off that if you want to do 12 volt DC appliances or lights. If you want to do AC, just buy a small inverter like that. It just plugs in, and then you can see, you just plug in regular stuff.
Is that working? Right, here we go. We've got the actual hydrogen generator with 16 plates with a 2mm spacer gaskets. We've got a positive, negative, positive, negative. So with the 4 neutral plates in between, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the input for the electrolyte there. We've got the output for the hydrogen HHO there. We've got a bubbler here where the hydrogen comes into here and bubbles to a tube that goes down inside this water. We've got the output there with a flash arrestor there, which is not the right size. I've got a problem with the right size one that was sent. I've got to do a video on it. Just another bubbler here just to actually prove how it would work. The brains of the operation here, the pulse width modulator with frequency control, variable frequencies. You can set it to 4 different frequencies. We've got a automatic switch there to cut off the electric if it goes over 20 amps. So it's like a circuit breaker, automatic, so we don't get drawing too many amps. This setup, I've got a block here that'll just disconnect it, just a click block, for obviously designed for 240 volt. If you're wondering why I've got this all earth cable, that's simply because of economics. They don't seem to want to sell you red and black by the meter because it's not called for in England. So here's the thing I'm using to give it a little bit of power. It's only a small battery charger. I've got it on trickle charge at the moment, and if I attach that to there like that, just simply, you then start to see what happens. So it's pretty much straight away. That's only set on a very low setting at the moment, and that's easily controllable. So that's basically how it's all set up. Like other people, I had quite a lot of difficulty getting these connections. This time I've done a good job, and hopefully they won't come loose. It's 316L stainless in here. This one's made in England. The box has come from America, and this spark arrestor that also came from the US. Pipe, bits, accessories round about, everything came from China. And yes, this came from China, and this came from China. The pulse width modulator with variable frequency changes available to alter the pulse rate. So yeah, that's what we've got at the moment. This is only on 12 volt trickle charge. There's a trickle charge selection. Obviously if I push it through to give it a faster charge kind of thing, then it will give a lot more hydrogen out. I don't know whether you can see that bubbling away like a good one there. It's really going good. I've just had to recently change these, which has put me back. My friends know that I've been doing this for some time, and had a slight accident with these and broke them. So that's put me back, and I've had to wait another 3 weeks to get them from China. But yeah, this is the first time I've set it up outside with the spark arrestor, and hopefully I'm going to give it a few tests soon with the actual spark arrestor and see if it works. But yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick rundown on what's going on over here in England, and yeah, no chemtrails today. We're looking quite good. It's still overcast, but we had terrible chemtrails this morning, but not so bad now. Okay, all the best. Speak to you soon.